Before the world turned cold between them, Maya and her mother Alina were inseparable. Alina was a quiet woman, gentle, patient, and warm. She couldn't speak, and she couldn't hear, but her love was louder than any voice. Every morning, she woke before sunrise to prepare Maya's breakfast, carefully cutting fruit into heart shapes and arranging rice into smiling faces. She walked with a limp, yet she never complained. Even when her legs hurt, she still walked Maya to the bus stop, waving with the same proud smile every single day. Maya used to smile back. As a child, Maya held her mother's hand tightly, never letting go. When she fell, Alina would be there to clean her wounds. When Maya cried, Alina hugged her until the tears stopped. At night, Alina would sit beside Maya's bed, brushing her hair softly, kissing her forehead before turning off the light. Her love was a silent, constant comfort. But as Maya grew older, the world began to poison her heart. At school, classmates whispered. Some laughed, others mocked. "Your mum is weird. She can't even talk. No wonder you're strange." The cruel words chipped away at Maya's love, replacing it with shame and resentment. She started coming home angry. At first, it was just silence. Then came the cold looks. Then, the sharp words. One evening, Elena was in the kitchen preparing dinner when she accidentally dropped a plate. It shattered loudly on the floor. Maya, who was already in a foul mood from a bad day at school, snapped. "Can't you do anything right?" she shouted, her voice filled with rage. "You're the reason I'm bullied. Everyone laughs at me because of you." Alina froze, her body stiffening at the force of her daughter's anger. She slowly bent down to clean the broken pieces, her hands trembling. She didn't make a sound, but the pain in her eyes was deafening. The worst came on a Tuesday afternoon. Alina had come to Maya's school to bring her a forgotten textbook. When Maya saw her mother limping towards her in the schoolyard, a wave of embarrassment washed over her. She ran up to Alina, her face twisted in fury. "Don't ever come to my school again," she screamed, the words cutting deeper than any knife. "You're disgusting. I'm embarrassed to have a mother like you." Elena's eyes filled with tears, but no sound came. She only nodded, turned away, and cried silently in the kitchen when she got home. From that day on, a wall of ice stood between them. One weekend, Maya's grandparents came to visit. The tension in the house was so thick you could cut it with a knife. They noticed it immediately. Alina barely looked up from her plate at dinner. Her smile, when she offered it, was forced and sad. Maya spoke to her harshly, rolling her eyes, pushing past her in the hallway, treating her like a burden. That night, after Elena had gone to bed, the grandparents called Maya into the living room. "Sit down," her grandfather said, his voice firm and serious. Her grandmother was already crying softly into a handkerchief. They told her the truth. Alina was not her real mother. Maya laughed at first, a hollow, disbelieving sound. "That's not funny." But they continued, their faces grave. 18 years ago, Maya was found abandoned in a trash bin, a tiny newborn wrapped in dirty cloth, crying weakly in a dark, cold alley. Eleanor, who was young, healthy, and full of life back then, was walking home when she heard the faint cries. She could have walked away. Many people would have, but she didn't. She followed the sound, found the baby, and picked her up, holding her close to her chest. She chose you, her grandmother said, her voice trembling. She found you, she saved you, and she raised you as her own. Then came the darkest part of the story. When Maya was 3 years old, a man tried to kidnap her from a park. Elena fought him with everything she had. She screamed, she kicked, she bit. The kidnapper grew angry, furious at her resistance. In a moment of pure evil, he cut her tongue so she couldn't scream for help again. He destroyed her eardrums so she couldn't identify his voice to the police. Still, Elena didn't let go of the little girl. Bleeding, injured, and barely conscious, she grabbed Maya and jumped from a third-floor window of a nearby building to escape, landing badly on the pavement below. The fall broke her leg and damaged her spine, leaving her with a permanent limp. But she was alive, and most importantly, Maya was safe. That was why she couldn't walk properly. That was why she couldn't speak. That was why she couldn't hear. She had sacrificed her voice, her hearing, and her body, just to save her child. The world seemed to disappear from beneath Maya's feet. Her chest tightened and her heart pounded in her ears. She couldn't breathe. She ran to her room and tore through old photo albums. Elena carrying her on her shoulders. Elena smiling at her birthday parties. Elena holding her hand after school. All the moments she had taken for granted. All the love she had rejected. All the unbearable pain she had caused the woman who had given everything for her. She found her mother in the kitchen, gently washing the last of the dishes, her back slightly stooped. Maya fell to her knees. The sobs that escaped her were guttural, raw, and full of a pain she had never known. "I'm sorry," she cried, grabbing Elena's hands, her tears falling onto them. "I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I didn't understand." Elena turned, her face a mask of confusion and worry. Seeing her daughter in such distress, she knelt down, pulling Maya into her arms. Maya hugged her back tightly, clinging to her as if her life depended on it this time, never wanting to let go. From that day on, everything changed. Maya began learning sign language, her fingers eagerly forming the words she had so cruelly withheld. She walked beside her mother proudly, her head held high. When anyone at school dared to whisper or stare, she stared right back, her eyes daring them to say a word. She loved her mother loudly enough for both of them, and Elena smiled, again not the forced, pained smile of before, but the real one, the one that reached her eyes and lit up her entire face. Her love was finally heard, not through sound, but through the actions of a daughter who finally understood its depth. Never judge someone's love by their weaknesses. The people who sacrifice the most for us often ask for the least in return. Before you speak harsh words, remember you may never know the silent battles someone has fought or the incredible pain they have endured just to keep you safe. Thank you for watching.